Xiao, a guardian of Liyue and a Yaksha with the incredible power of Anemo, which he has been able to craft into a very destructive kit of abilities, ready to stomp on any enemy with his great plunge attack and his overall high damage. He is getting a rerun soon in version 3.4, and today I want to talk about why I think it is still worth it to consider pulling for Xiao even in this stacked of a patch with so many great characters. There are a couple of reasons why Xiao is a really good Anemo DPS next to the Wanderer, and he fills a very unique role, so let's get into it. Number 1. Xiao's elemental burst has incredible scaling and is just long enough. Now what do I mean with that? Well, first of all, the damage on his elemental burst is just very high. There's no other way to put it. His plunge attacks deal an incredibly high amount of damage, and they just hit really hard, either on boss enemies or on a larger group of enemies. As long as they are in Xiao's reasonably large range, you should be able to deal an absolute ton of damage to them. Next to that, his elemental burst duration is just right. What I mean with that is you have some characters like Sino, where the elemental burst duration tends to be too long, where your buffs run out before you are able to end your elemental burst and you have to end it feeling very weak. But Xiao's elemental burst is just right, where your Zhongli shield and your Bennett ult expire, and right around that time your elemental burst should also start expiring. Thus you won't be stuck for your elemental burst for very long while all your buffs have expired, so you can do another rotation of your Bennett elemental burst, your Zhongli shield and other things to help your Xiao out to deal great damage. And because his elemental burst isn't too long, it allows MiHoYo to make it do more damage, making these plunge attacks so powerful. The second reason why you should still consider pulling for Xiao is because he got buffed. Simply put, Faruzan got released, and even because Dendro doesn't interact with Anemo, and for that his interaction value with the whole new EM meta has not improved, because of Faruzan you now have an amazing 4-star second slotter. Unfortunately she would really like to be C6, but even at C0 Faruzan is an amazing support for Xiao. And because of Faruzan, Xiao has been indirectly buffed, and due to this new support he is even stronger and is able to deal even more damage. Next to that, Xiao is an absolute hypercarry, and there's not many of those in Genshin Impact. Most characters in Genshin Impact, like Tartaglia, swap around a lot with characters and work great together with their support to deal as much damage as they can. But Xiao truly encompasses the unique archetype that is absolute hypercarry. Xiao is the carry, and his team just has 3 supports, for instance Faruzan, Zhongli and then maybe Bennett or maybe Albedo, to just help Xiao out, for he is the main character and he will be the one that deals all the damage. So if you like a character that is truly a big hyper carry, and for instance you only have one 5-star weapon, you can put it on Xiao and the whole team will probably reap most of the benefits from it. As if you just get the Jade Winged Spear on Xiao, you don't need good weapons on your Zhongli or on your Faruzan, as Xiao is the one that profits the most off of these weapons, making it nice that he is a hyper carry. My next point is that he scales pretty well into the late game. At some point you are going to get Faruzan C6 through standard banner and pulling on many banners, as I think a lot of players now would have 1 or 2 random C6 characters just through pulling on the banners. And next to that I have seen some Xiao builds, like the one from Xiox, or from a lot of my viewers who have incredibly good artifact sets, which inevitably took months and months of farming and they leveled all their talents. But what you get back is a Xiao that can absolutely stomp any form of content. He can do Abyss so fast, and he is incredibly versatile, as not many characters are Anemo resistant. So you can almost always take him in Abyss, and as I said before, he's good against groups and bosses, so you can almost always use him late game. And my final point is that his lore is really cool and he's pretty fun to play. First of all, Xiao has quite a bit of story going on from him. His story is neat, and his event story especially, which is in the game permanently now, which you can find in the Chasm, tells a lot about Xiao's character and gives him some definite cool moments. Now his gameplay is very satisfying. First of all, his elemental burst animation is just crème de la crème. Him putting on the mask and then you can just feel the anger across the screen. And then you can start going on a rampage, just plunging, which I think is quite original and encompasses the Anemo element quite well, as jumping all over the place and plunging feels like you're using the wind to go up high and hit your enemies from that distance, right? Next to that, his E is very, very quick. and with constellations you can start feeling even fast. So I think his gameplay is all in all pretty fun, and I think that should definitely also be a reason why Xiao gets a good rating. So, version 3.4, Dendro is out, Xiao didn't really profit from it, but with Faruzan, I think Xiao is currently and will be for the rest of Genshin Impact a great hyper main DPS. So if you like having a big hyper damage dealer who wants all the support, who's incredibly fast, fun, quick, and also has great backstory, is incredibly short, and is a very edgy Yaksha, I would say don't give up on Xiao. Pull him and have some of the best time in Genshin. Also 20% sprint bonus, let's go!